What's going on, guys? It's your boy Carson here, back with a brand new video. And in today's exciting video, we are talking about budget detailing. So let's get into it. Alrighty guys, and I have crafted this kit for you for $150. Now all of these products can be found on Amazon for right around $150 for the whole kit. Of course, prices do fluctuate, but at the time of recording this is right around $150. A couple ground rules we're gonna have to lay out. This is assuming that you already have a good working pressure washer and a good working foam cannon. Now, if you don't have one of those, don't worry, I'll link a couple for you at the first links in the description. With all that set aside, let's go ahead and jump into the products. So let's get into it. The two things displayed here are in the gallon size. Unfortunately, for our budget today, we can't afford the full gallon size, but if we want to extend our budget a little bit past that, we can afford the gallon size. But for this video, we're just going to be talking about their standard size, their 16 and 32 ounces respectively. So let's start off with the first one. Of course, we need to have a wheel and tire cleaner. Now, this is a difficult challenge. $150 seems like quite a bit when you're trying to fit in everything from a wheel cleaner to a drying towel to a sealant to tire shine. It really does add up quick. So I went ahead and went with P&S Brake Buster. Now, Brake Buster is very versatile. You can actually use this on your rubber floor mats. You can use this all around the car, on the engine bay, of course on the wheels and tires, and this does a great job. You can actually dilute this a little bit if you want to stretch it a little bit longer, but full strength, I think you get the best results. This does a great job at cleaning, and when you agitate it, the froth is just amazing. I have heard some people don't like this, but I've never had any issues myself. Personally, this is one of my top 10s. So let's move on to the next one. The next one up we have is P&S Pearl, and you'll start to notice a trend. All of the products that we have today are from P&S Detail products. Well, there's a good reason for that. P&S is one of those brands that makes really good products for an affordable price. So that's why we chose a lot of their products today. Now, Pearl does a great job at cleaning the vehicle's surface. With our $150 price point, we can't get a dedicated decontamination shampoo, but that's totally okay. Pearl is one of those products that does a great job at cleaning and cleaning onto the surface. It does great in a bucket and a foam cannon, though unfortunately you do have to use a little bit more than normal. Typically in the standard price form, it does come in a 32 ounce bottle. Now, of course, this is in the gallon form. You can actually dilute this safe enough to use as a regular hand soap, which I think is pretty cool. But in a bucket, this can be diluted all the way up to about 120 to 1. This is a great shampoo. It's got a really nice lemon scent, and it's definitely something that you should pick up if you're starting out. It's very easy and very cheap to get into that's gonna deliver those pro level results. Let's jump over to a little bit of protection. Another cult classic by P&S. This is P&S Bead Maker. Of course, Bead Maker's been around for quite a while, and this is their paint sealant. Bead Maker is one of those products that is just an OG. It's been around forever, and I still even use it in my detail regimen every once in a while if I want to feel a little bit nostalgic. Bead Maker is a very versatile product. You can just spray it on dry, use it regularly, a couple sprays per panel, or you can use it as a drying aid, spray it on there and dry the car with it. Now this guy is great. It's got a mango scent and gives you about 2 to 3 months of protection. Let's move over to some tire dressings. For the tire dressing, we've got Full Send. Now, Full Send is a great product. I love Full Send. This is such a great tire dressing that all you have to do is spray it and forget about it. You spray it on the tires, the trim, the fender wells, wherever you'd like it to be, and you just walk away. It's got a self-leveling formula, it's water-based, and so it's not going to have any bad effects on the trim or the rubber. It's super cool because it's got UV inhibitors in it as well, and the Full Send side does have an anti-dust, so it just rejects that dusting off there. Full Send is one of my favorite products, and I've been using it for quite a while. It's got a super nice creamsicle scent, and it's coming in and super amazing. Typically it does come in a 16 ounce bottle, but you can upgrade to the 32 ounce for just a little bit more. I will give you a note when spraying on the tires and the fender wells, you do use a little bit more than, of course, spraying it on an applicator. And we'll talk about that here in just a second, but if you're comfortable with using just a little bit more product to get a little bit easier results, then do that. If not, no worries, you can use the applicator and we'll talk about that. And here, of course, is the applicator I was just talking about. These are just generic applicators that I picked up on Amazon. This one's actually the one from Suds Labs, but they're about the same thing. These are just foam applicators that you can pick up anywhere on Amazon. There's actually a 2-pack that I linked down below if you want to check those out. All you do is just spray it in here, wipe it around the tire, and you're all set. Now you can of course dedicate one of these in the 2-pack for the wheels, one of them for trim, and dress it that way, or whatever you'd like to do. What I do is I keep one tire dressing applicator for water base, the other one for different tire dressings that I may be testing out, like tire sealants or stuff that is a little bit different. So keep that in mind, but that's what I do in my setup. So let's jump in and talk about some towels. Now for the final part of this video, we're gonna be talking about some towels. I've got 3 different towels that I'm gonna talk to you guys about and show you the different uses on them. First up, we're gonna talk about the FTWs and the Citrus Twist. Now, this pink one I've got here is the FTW, or For the Glass. What I like about the For the Glass towel, or For the Win, depends on what you like to say, is the FTW towel does a great job on, of course, on the glass and the paint work. I use this to apply bead maker and to clean the glass with a glass cleaner. I know we didn't talk about a glass cleaner, but eventually when you're ready to grow your detailing arsenal, or you may be able to have the glass cleaner already in your detailing arsenal, you can use the FTWs with. You can use it on the paintwork, you can use it on the wheels, you can use it on whatever you'd like. And that's also where the Citrus Twist comes in. The Citrus Twist is the same exact thing as the FTW. They're pretty much the same weave. This one is just a little bit lower quality. What I mean by that is this is a premium South Korean made and this is a Chinese made. So this is a little bit cheaper. This one's more expensive, but they're about the same. The GSM is about the same. This one's actually a little bit more, about 20 or 30 GSM more, and this one is a little bit less. Now, personally, I like the FTW just a little bit more, but if you're more on a stricter budget, I would go with the Citrus Twist. You still get 3 of them in a pack, so whichever ones you like, but they all do come with the same colors. Personally, I like the FTW, but if you wanna try out the Citrus Twist, by all means, definitely try it out. It's very good and it's about the same, so definitely check out one of these guys. Next, we've got the Rag Company's most famous towel, and that, of course, is going to be the Eagle 500. Now, this is a flagship towel, of course, from the Rag Company. This is one that they got famous for, and it is a great towel. This is what I would use for my final buff towel. You can use this for bead maker, you can use this for whatever you'd like, your spray sealants, and just your final touch-ups. This is extremely soft as it is a longer nap in 500 GSM. It does not have a border on it. It's the Eagle Edgeless, so it does not have a border, and it's extremely soft. Of course, definitely keep a couple of these in your detailing lineup just to touch up on any spaces that you may have missed, or just to do a couple last minute items. These are very premium towels, so I wouldn't recommend using these, of course, on the wheels and tires. These are just strictly for touch-ups, or you can even use these when polishing. Of course, if you're crazy like me, that's what I use them for, but it all just depends on what you like. Definitely pick these up, and that's why they're going in the budget today. The last towel we're gonna talk about today is, of course, a drying towel. You're gonna need a drying towel, and that's why I picked out the M22. The M22 is a 20 by 20 towel at 2200 GSM. It's a little bit thicker, but it's very small and easy to move and get around the car. It's gonna be big enough to where it's going to dry your full-size trucks and SUVs. Of course, it's gonna dry your smaller cars and that kind of stuff with ease, but it's also gonna be able to get those bigger trucks and those SUVs as well. The M22 is my favorite drying towel, and it's one that I've exclusively used at my home detail shop and studio. This one is the limited edition pink M22, and they have it in the standard army green color. Of course, I have a couple of those, and I really love them. I really like this because it's a super soft design as well, and it's the twist loop design. This is a very good towel to keep in your arsenal. If you do prefer something a little bit bigger, or if you don't like a smaller towel, you can also pick up the Rag Company 1500. It's about the same thing, it's just a lot bigger towel. Alrighty guys, and that is it for our detailing setup, right around 150 bucks. Now, if you do have any questions, make sure to drop them down below. And of course, feel free to substitute anything that you see in here. I would always recommend, if you've got a local shop or a local website that you like to visit, or a retailer that you like to visit, check those guys out and make sure you're up to date on their sales. Most of the time, a lot of these products will go on sale with their bigger sales like that. Now, of course, if you need them right now, or if you want to check them out and kind of read a little bit more, I've got links for you down in the description box. They do help out the channel, so if you want to check those out with those links, that would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for me. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and watching the video. If you like this video, make sure to like it down below, subscribe down below if you're brand new, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.